Hey beautiful souls, welcome to day 12 of Tarot Vlogmas. So today's spread is going to be covering some major areas. So we have 4 major areas that we're going to cover, and they're tied to the astrological houses. So the first house of the self and ego and personality, we're going to delve into that house. Then we're going to move to the 4th house, which is home and family. Then we'll move to the 7th house, which is relationships and partnerships. And then we'll go to the 10th house of career and status, reputation, things like that. So again, 4 major areas that we're going to cover in this spread, and just get you a little bit of information about what's been working, what's working against you, and then advice and taking a look at what would be coming up. So with that, I'm going to first start and get a little bit of information about the influences that are in your first house of self at this time. So we do have Venus, so that's beautiful. What else? All right, so okay, so I feel like this is a time of exploration and expansion for you as it relates to your personality and growing and evolving. So with that, let's get some tarot to get some additional messages. So let's see what's working in your favor. Okay. Yeah, I feel like coming into your full authentic self has been working for you, and you've really found what works for you. You're focusing on the things that are important to you as well, and you're experiencing abundance as a result. So it's like you're really starting to accomplish some life goals and achievements that you have for yourself. What else? What else? Yeah, so I also feel like you're not afraid of love or of any obstacles or challenges that you're faced with. Like, it's like you face them head on. You're not afraid to take risks. And again, not afraid to go after what it is that you desire. And that's all working for you. Anything else? Yeah. So you're really able to make utilize your tools. I'll say it this way. You're really able to utilize your tools to again accomplish your goals and to get what you want, and you're able to take things and make something out of nothing, essentially. So you have like this unique ability to like if you only have, you know, $10, you're able to make that into a meal for a family of 4. So you have like these really great talents and abilities that are applied in the practical world, that you use from a practical perspective. Okay, so let's see what else is working for you. Patience. All right, understanding that things are happening in divine order and divine timing, and you're also learning lessons. So you're recognizing and adjusting and making changes as you're living, like in real time. Like you're not waiting till, you know, like 10 years later to be like, oh, well, you know what, feel like I now understand that I learned this from that experience in the past. Like you're able to address things in real time. And you may also be here healing ancestral wounds and breaking ancestral curses as well. So I think that you've recognized that and realized that in some way or another. And you're making your ancestors proud because you are breaking those chains, breaking those curses. You're actively doing that. So let's see what might be working against you. What might be working against you, okay? All right. Yeah, so I think there are times when you may feel discouraged and you may feel like you haven't gotten as far as you wanted to be at this point. There may be like certain aspects of yourself, like we call them shadow aspects, or just certain aspects of yourself that you may not address and that still need to be accepted for you to fully be authentically you. So I feel like you may shy away from addressing those aspects at times, or you may even feel like you have addressed them in some way, but you find that they continue to creep up in some way or another. So you may also have a tendency to be a little maybe a little self-centered at times, like just there needs to be this understanding about balance and reciprocation, and that, you know, sometimes it's beneficial to put energies into helping others and helping them in the way that is best for them and most supportive for them at the time. So there could be a little more of that. I'm just communicating the truth, so don't shoot the messenger. But yeah, so you may want to just consider that and consider if there's ways that you could be more compassionate with others and more helpful to others. Okay, so let's see. Let's get some forecast information. So what would be good information for this person to know? Okay, let's see. All right. Yes. All right. So yeah, it's absolutely time for you to continue and just continue working toward your spiritual growth, and that will have a positive impact on your personality, because things are just going to get easier and easier and easier, and you're going to feel more trust and more appreciation and more unconditional love the more that you raise your vibration. So you're being asked to continue to work towards that, because you've done so much work so far. You are abundant and you feel it and you know it and you trust it. And now you're being asked to elevate yourself even higher, because you're ready for the next step. And also, I feel like you are able to really master your emotions and be of greater emotional support to others. That's one of your gifts that you have. You're a great listener. People will, strangers will tell you things that, are just not something that you would usually just tell somebody that you don't. People really confide in you and they trust you and they see you as a trustworthy person. So yeah, definitely continue on growing, continue on elevating and raising your vibration. And that's going to show in your personality. It's going to show in your leadership. It's going to show in how you deal with people on the day-to-day basis. And you're going to then also be an example to them of how they can lead their life in a more spiritual, enlightened way. Okay, that's beautiful. All right, so let's go to the fourth house, and that would be home and family. It's also ruled by the moon. Okay, so I just want to see what type of influences are there. So we have Scorpio energy right now. Okay, we have a little bit of third house energy there with communication. All right. So let's see, what do we have for home and family life? Okay, so yeah, so there may, what I'm seeing up front is that there may be like some secrets in the home or secrets in the past in a home situation that may be still impacting things to this day, or that haven't been uncovered as of yet. So there's a really strong indication that this could be like things like as you were growing up, this is what it was like in your home and family environment. So there's a strong indication that it could be past, and it could be the way that you were raised. But then there's also, this could be in your current home environment as well. So you will ultimately know, using your intuition, which one this is referring to for you. Okay, so let's see. All right, so there's definitely blessings from the universe coming to you. So your upbringing has created a really strong, courageous person in you, and it's really like pushed you into this leadership role and position. And even if you don't like have that as a title on paper, you are still a leader in your community, in your groups, in your soul family or tribe. So you still exhibit those leadership qualities. Yeah. And I feel like, yeah, like I said, there's definitely blessings coming through to you. And I feel like you're able, to recognize those and appreciate those when you receive them. And there may be opportunity for you to just call on that and just sit in appreciation at this time and let burdens go. And so since this is coming out as something positive, I feel like if you haven't already done that, that you are in the process of doing that. And you will decide in your home, if it's this secretive energy in there currently, you'll decide how you want to address that and how you want to deal with that. But there is this opportunity to let things go in whatever way makes the most sense to you. So that could be confronting the situation, or that could be just accepting and acknowledging and letting it go and just moving forward. So it's totally up to you on what you decide and how you decide to address it. But the process, like the end result of being able to let go and to move forward with more positive, loving energy, is here, and it's a blessing, and you will be able to do that. So that will happen when you're ready for that to happen. And what that looks like is going to be different for everyone. Okay, so let's see what's working. Yeah, let's also see what's working for you with some oracles. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, so I feel like, again, I'm going to say it just again really briefly here, like the way that you grew up and the experiences that you had are what has shaped you in being the person that you are today, and also in the way that you raise your family and the way that you maintain your household. I feel like there's a lot of influences there, and it has really worked out in your favor because you understand what it means to be lonely. You understand what it means to have other experiences that some kids didn't have. So you understand what it means to not have things and to be in a lack mind state and mentality and environment. And you are, again, breaking those curses, those chains, and you want something different, and you have something different, and you're continuing to work toward something different. Yeah. So you are absolutely practicing patience. working toward practicing reciprocation. So again, we talked about just sitting in that appreciation. And remember the law of reciprocation, where that needs to happen essentially. So you give and then you also receive. So that may be something that is happening, or is something that you may want to consider. Are you in that environment that allows for that, where that is happening? And again, so yeah, like I see you having like this completely different environment where it's like, I want peace in this home environment, and that's what we're going to have. Like, we're not going to have abuse or toxicity, any of those things. So let's see what's working against you. Okay. Yeah, so I think definitely, which I'm always promoting those self-care practices, like really having the time to slow down, take a moment, meditate, receive messages, connect with source, connect with your higher self, connect with the divine, connect with your soul, your spirit team. So really like having those moments to be able to do that. It's like you don't have that as much, or you don't do that at this time. Okay. And it could be because you're working on building your legacy. You're working on managing your finances, as you're supporting others in addition to your own financially. So it's like you are just working and being a leader, being the head of household, and not, it could be figuratively or literally, either or, but you're essentially like working in that energy. Like that's where your energy is at this time, just really focused on the finances and building your legacy and creating that home foundation and maintaining it. What else? Yeah. And so you could be a little burnt out and tired. Completely understandable. So it may be that like you're working a lot of overtime, or you're working on multiple businesses or multiple projects, and you just don't have a lot of time. And then there's also like some of them that are having issues, and that's taking up even more of your time. So with that being said, you are being guided and requested to continue trying. Where you feel inspirationally motivated, continue trying, continue working on it, try new things, open yourself up, creative, try something new. Okay. Yeah, so definitely what's coming is a period of introspection. So it's time for you to replenish your cup, refill your cup, and let your light shine. And I see that you're doing that, because I'm asking for what's coming up, and the Hermit came out because it's like you weren't doing it, but now you're doing it. So you are going to move into that space of doing it, and that's going to contribute to better environment, better energy, more positive, loving energy in the home environment. So you have more time to just play, to just be yourself, to just spend time with your family and your kids and your loved ones, your spouse, your partner, friends, family. You will have that time, but you need to gain that perspective first, and you need to figure out how to adjust things so that it works for your highest good, and you do have that healthier balance. Okay, so what else? Okay, thank you. Yeah. And as a result of that, you making adjustments, making changes, there may be things that need to fall away. You may need to sell a business, or you may need to sell some things. or shut some projects down or not pursue certain projects, or you may have to like extend your timeline on things. So whatever it is that kind of is going to fall away and become less of a priority is doing so for a reason. So whatever stays at the top as a priority is what is meant for you. Okay? And this would be things that make you feel good, that are fulfilling, that you are still passionate about, that you still want to do, that you're still fully engaged in. So those are the things, like you're honing in on, okay, I have, 6 projects going on, or I have 6 businesses, and I really only am passionate about 2 of them. So that's what this is about, like letting the 4 be less of a priority, or sell them, or if you're able to hire others to maintain them, like just figuring out what is best and better balance for you to be more present in the home and family environment. Okay, anything else? Okay, so let's get a couple of these. We haven't gotten any of these yet. All right, yeah. Yes, absolutely. So, yeah, definitely being open to any changes that are going to come as a result of this new perspective that you've gained, and that is likely going to come with some new goals and some new ideas and some new passions that you may have, and you may be readjusting things and deciding again, like some things are no longer as important to you, but really just being open to the messages that you receive and those sparks of creativity that allow you to go and make decisions and do your evaluations, and then having the strength and courage to make the changes and move forward with them, and trust in yourself that you're making the right choices and the right decisions. Okay, so let's move to the 7th house of relationships and partnerships. So let's see what we have there working in your favor. So I know I saw this. Okay. All right. Yeah, so definitely you being able to put in work, and you being a hard worker and a leader, like we mentioned. And so there is this opportunity, and you may have already done this since this is working in your favor. There is this opportunity to really let go of any vices that you have, or any things that are not serving your highest good, in order to allow better things to come through to you. And so you've already done that, or you will have the strength and the courage to do that very quickly as you move forward. So let's see what type of astrological influences we have. So yeah, okay, you cannot make this up. I just said you're making adjustments, you're making changes. If you're able to do that, all right, yeah. That's really gonna create some activations and allow you to raise your vibration. If you're able to do that, you're able to make those changes, and I do believe you are, as this is what's working in your favor. So beautiful. Okay, what else? Anything else? Okay, so I'm being called to draw this. Okay, know thyself, self-examination, seeing who you really are. Yeah, so that's another thing. Like we talked about earlier when we were looking at self and ego and personality, like you really do have this connection, like a higher awareness, self-actualization. Like you're very self-aware is what I'm seeing. Yeah. Beautiful. And we have, so why is this divine sensuality here with relationships and partnerships? Okay, so, all right, yeah. So you're really about growing and evolving your partnerships and being a better lover and being a better partner. So what can you tell me there? What can you tell me there about that? Thank you. Yeah, okay. So yeah, so I feel like work sometimes gets in the way with your partner, so that may be something that you have some struggles with. They may want you to have more time to spend in the home and family environment, and we just talked about that. Yeah, so that's definitely coming up here again. So your partner does want to be more sensual with you. They do want to spend more time with you. They do want to make love to you more. They want to feel you. They want to touch you. They want to caress you. They want to be in your presence and in your energy more. Okay, so they may even be telling you that or tell you that soon. So this is also about some communication coming in, so you could have some very clear communication as it relates to that. And they really this is about just taking like a practical approach. Like they don't want much, like they just want more time with you. Okay. So again, we talked about that balancing and finding a way to balance out the home and family environment. So that's coming up here again. Okay. So what's working against you? Okay. Okay. Yeah. So you have this decision that you'll have to make, and likely that's what it relates to, since that's really a strong theme here about balancing work and home and family. So that is very likely that's what this decision is. So you'll have to make that, and just there should really be this understanding that there's just ebbs and flows. And again, that's why I'm bringing up balance, because there is a way to balance this out. And there may need to be this focus on one thing in one area to allow you to do that. So maybe it's about working on things one at a time as opposed to all at the same time. Or again, like we talked about earlier, figuring out, okay, what is actually truly the priority? If I have 6 things on my plate, what can I realistically do, and what do I want to do and want to focus on? So yeah, really honing in, minimizing and honing in, and that's what's going to lead to success, and that's what's going to lead to more time and more enjoyment and more fulfillment. Okay, so what do we see coming? All right, yeah, so we see you leading with your heart here. And so I feel like you having more compassion is going to lead to you making decisions with your intuition on what you need to do to proceed. So yeah, absolutely. As long as you're using your heart and you're using your intuition to make decisions, then you can trust yourself. If you're not using your heart, if you're not running it through your heart space, if you're not using your intuition, if you're going into things blinded and not fully being awoke and seeing things for what they truly are, then yeah, that you'll continue to struggle and have things imbalanced. But if you lead with your heart and you lead with your intuition, then that's going to allow you to start to maintain and keep that balance and figure out what needs to go and what can stay. Okay. All right, so last, let's go to career and status, reputation, finances. And so first, let's get some cards here to see what we have going on. Okay, all right. Okay. Let me get one more. Gemini. Okay. Yeah, so I feel like this is like an up and down time. So there's some things happening with career and finances, and so that may also be why you are spending a lot of time in that area with your job or career or projects or partnerships. So that could be why. But I do see it's kind of like you're either having to wear different hats and wear different masks to deal with different people and different situations that are coming up, or there's just a lot of just ups and downs or a lot of different things going on. So it seems like, yeah, very much a retrograde, like, you know, just a lot of just things unorganized and all over the place and just not aligned. And I feel like it has a lot to do with personalities and the way that people are communicating with each other during projects and doing things that you're supposed to be doing, and like there's miscommunications and things like that that are really like impacting the bottom line, delaying things, missing things, missing deadlines, things like that. So that type of thing could be impacting that, your ability to accomplish things. So let's just look at what's working in your favor right now. All right. Okay, so definitely new opportunities or a new project or new partnership that you've started or that will be coming very soon. So look out for that. So this is really a time for you to learn and to know and to trust that you've done this before, whether it's this lifetime or a previous one. You've done it. You know what to do. You have everything that you need. You have all your tools. And you've done this before, so you got it. And it's allowing you to move toward what truly fulfills you. So this is like an upswing and a direction, a positive direction. Okay, so what's working against you? Okay, thank you. All right. Yeah, so it could be just like maybe needing to spend more than you're receiving, or to take risks financially, or just some way that would potentially result in you losing your footing as far as the finances are concerned. So it could be that, or it could be like you just needing to apply additional effort into managing your resources and finances. And I think if you really look at what you have, you can figure out a way to work smarter, not harder. So there's some nurturing that needs to be done, and that is likely just a review of what you have going on and finding ways that you can save time and save money and save effort and save resources. So yeah, just a little bit more nurturing in that area could help. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what's coming up. So what's coming up for career and finances? Okay, thank you. All right. Anything else? Thank you. Yeah. All right. So yeah, so you may be prompted for some reason, and it could be due to a loss. It could be due to you just, since this is around the holiday time, like I'll just use this as an example, maybe like overspending on something and just really going way beyond what you had budgeted per amount. So there's some sort of dip that may happen, that may occur. And that will ultimately allow you, again, the opportunity to refocus, reestablish your plans, and decide how you want to get to your goals and how you want to achieve your goals. Because it's going to take a little bit of time, like we talked about. There does need to be some nurturing going on. So when you do establish this new plan or this new budget, you will absolutely be successful if you are aligned with the plan and you stay on track with the plan. And I'm not saying it has to be 100% perfect, but I am saying that, there are stepping stones involved with your goals, your financial goals. There's stepping stones. So in order for you to get to where you want to be, you will complete these markers along the way. So just know that that is how this process is going to work. So completing those markers, if you're staying focused and completing those markers, then that is leading you to fulfillment, to abundance, to prosperity, to happiness. But if you're not meeting those markers along the way, then it's really just delaying it for you. And you will get there when you want to get there and when it's time for you to get there. But I'm just showing you the path. Or a path, let's say. All right, so let's see. Let's get some other. What other advice do we have? All right. Yes. All right. Yeah, so I think definitely, I feel like there may be some calculated risks involved here with establishing your new plans. But it's really about staying connected with source, staying connected with your higher self, with your guides, and receiving those downloads, and really trusting in the process that you choose, in the plans that you choose, and allowing things to flow. And not having set expectations or requirements on the outcome, rather just trusting that everything will be exactly where it needs to be when you need it. And that will allow you to feel safer, to feel happiness, to feel and choose love. Okay? All right, so those are the messages I have for you today. Please subscribe, like, and share this video, and leave me a comment to let me know how it resonates. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. We'll talk soon, and I will see you tomorrow with day 13.